Just a quick reminder guys, these narrations are best enjoyed with headphones on. Ladies and gentlemen, start your emulators. It's time for another episode of RetrOS. This is the show where we give you recommended dose of nostalgia by reviewing games from your childhood. This episode is the big one, the anniversary special. And this year we take a look at the remake of the game I remember playing before and the immediate aftermath of my accident in 2004. Does this game truly live up the game's legacy, or should this game be lost forever in the pages of gaming history? Well, without further ado, let's find out. Now, this is more or less a second attempt or a follow-on review that I posted 2 years ago on the 20th anniversary. So I received a lot of constructive criticism about the volume level, so yeah, I really hope this review really does sort things out. If it doesn't, let me know down in the comments. Anyway, back to the review. Now the date of posting marks 22 years since the day that my past, present and future changed, and in under 24 hours I've gone from an average 13-year-old boy who was more or less a few days away from starting my third year in high school to a person whose life was hanging by a thread in an intensive care unit which had a survival rate of under 10%. Even 22 years on, I cannot understand how I've been able to fight off these odds and live the lifestyle which I've been given. Anyway, back to the review at hand. As I said in my review Pokemon Stadium, which was done in Arcade Glasgow, Pokemon was Nintendo's license to print money, and pretty much still is. Now the series started in 1996 when the original red and green, or blue versions over here in the West, was released for the Game Boy in Japan. The franchise went on to take the West by storm with the release of the original 2 versions in the US and Europe in 1999. During that time, Nintendo pushed that craze as far as they could. They've accomplished this goal by releasing an anime series dubbed by 4Kids Entertainment and a trading card game which is done by Wizards of the Coast. So even today, the Pokemon TCG game is still as highly popular as it was. And of course, video games. Okay guys, now tell me, when you went to your local theater to watch the first Pokemon movie, did you do it to watch the actual movie itself, or to score on the limited edition trading card that was given to everyone who watched the movie? Again, we won't judge, honest, so let me know down in those comments. So fast forward to 2002, when Nintendo released Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire in Japan for the Game Boy Advance. But us players in the West had to wait until 2003 to get their grubby mitts on a copy of this classic. In 2014, the Pokemon Company released this classic for the Nintendo 3DS. Now the game is set in the Hoenn region, which was based around Japan's Kyushu Island. Your character has recently moved from the Johto region. You and your rival, either Brendan or May, are both tasked by Professor Birch to complete an encyclopedia of all Pokemon in the region, the Pokédex, while collecting gem badges, then going on to defeat the Elite Four, while stopping an organization hell-bent on waking an ancient Pokemon, which has the power to wipe out humanity altogether. Okay guys, ready your Pokemon? The accessibility scores are as follows. To get things started, visibility is got a 9.5. In terms of this category, it's quite playable. When selecting a move during a battle, the icons of that particular move are color-coded. For example, the icons of normal attack tags, for example Scratch or Tackle, are in grey. Fire type attacks like Ember and Flamethrower are in red. Grounded type attacks, for example Dig and Earthquake, are in brown. And grass type attacks, for example Razor Leaf and Vine Whip, are in green. You know as well as I do, a red and green colour contrasts are a no-no for a player with visual impairment. But The text in smaller and the smaller icons should give you an indication which type of each attack is. So this game can be very easily playable for players with visual impairments. Next up, on ability, I give it 10. As part of the chorus, there is no spoken dialogue in this game. All dialogue is text-based, so imagination should fill in the blanks. From all the games from this Pokemon series, none of them has spoken dialogue present. Well, except for the Stadium series. Next up, mobility at 10. You could use the circle pad to move your character around. For your series veterans, you can use the D-pad to move too. When navigating the UI, the circle pad or the touchscreen can be used. These options can make the game more accessible and a great way to utilize one of the 3DS's most distinguishing features. Lastly, Sapphire by no means least, gameplay has scored a sky-high 11. Take note, Halo Studios, this is how you make a game. When in contrast with the original GBA version, it's astounding. A true testament to what 12 years of worth of technological advancement looks like. Nintendo used their own proprietary engine, the same one that X and Y run on. The game runs buttery smooth on a 3DS console, with very little change in the game's assets. There's a ton of new features from other entries of the series, for example, Mega Evolution, Secret Bases, and the new types of Pokemon that's present thanks to Y's engine. It's like going back to the original game, with the additional features you would normally expect from a modern Pokemon game. As I have said before, I remember playing the original 2003 version of this game before the accident itself, and it was one of the first games that I played when my family replaced my gold Game Boy Advance SP that was in my pocket when I took the fall itself. So this particular game has a lot of sentimental value. So this particular version, it's a pure nostalgia trip for the good old days. Seriously, this game is a reason why I bought the 3DS console from Forgotten Worlds. So this game is a must-have for any 3DS owner's collection. Sure, it can be expensive, but the gameplay experience can make this worth every single penny. And the overall score is 101.25%. This is Sparta Commander 1992 Federal Disabled Gaming Review signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next review.